Hello fellow pilots, I'm Major Payne and this is another episode of Airbase Briefing. We are just about to have the 12th anniversary of World of Warplanes and there's a lot of things going on in the game. New plane is coming, it's a F9F-5 Panther, it's a tier 9 American multi-role fighter, a very interesting machine. I'm gonna go through some parameters for you. Also, World of Warplanes team announced a new Christmas event reward, and this is Light Fighter, tier 9 German, very unique plane, and this is one of the strongest advantage of World of Warplanes over other games, because we bring to life like planes which are not available anywhere else and give you opportunity to fly this machine. But I'm not going to talk about this plane too much, it's just going to be for Christmas, so I'm going to come back on Christmas for this. And yeah, you can look at the parameters on Model 3D website if you like. Most interesting I found it there is those 30mm cannons in a turret, so he have turret with 30mm cannons, so that's going to be interesting. Okay. Also, I'm gonna answer some questions, so it's gonna be like Q&A, and I try to sum up 12 figures of World of Warplanes, how is the game developing and where are we heading. And at the end, because I'm getting a lot of questions about the special project equipment, experimental equipment, what's the difference, how you can get it, and so on and so on. That's gonna be the last topic of this video. Very interesting with great presentation of parameters and differences between those equipments. So let's dive in and let's start with new plane. The F9F Panther is a very interesting plane. We have 550 HP pool, we have 900 km/h top speed with our maximum speed, which is dive speed 1100. Optimum altitude is 1800 meters, which is very good for multi-role fighter. But the best part is maneuverability. It says 10.1 second of average turn time if you have your rockets on, and if you take them off it's 10 seconds of average turn time. Maybe it's a small mistake here in the game, but nonetheless it's very good. Let's compare that to tier 10 light fighters like MiG-15, Messerschmitt or British Swift. These light fighters, which are very popular at tier 10, have average turn time 10.8 seconds. So that's a big advantage we have. On top of that, we also have those 2 bombs and 6 rockets, which allow us to go after difficult sectors like rocket base or command center. This is overall a very capable multi-role fighter. The biggest problem for that plane will be the game itself, which is underpopulated and the matchmaking is completely broken in current state of the game. So it's not going to be a pleasure to go up against high tier bomber, tier 9, tier 10 bombers, which can easily outcap, they actually can easily outcap any multi-role fighter in this regard. And your firepower, which is 4 20mm cannons, definitely not going to stop the high tier bombers. It's actually the same firepower as F7U have at tier 10 American multi-role fighter. We have the same range, the same overheat time, the same damage. The only difference is that it's a little bit less accurate. We have less of the auto aim angle and a little bit bigger dispersion. So that's the reason why I'm not recommend anyone to buy certificate in order to get this plane at all cost. It's just not worth it. It's going to be the plane which you just simply keep in a hangar, not flying it. So you can finish mission for free and get this plane for free, absolutely, that's perfect. But if you're not gonna get it, just don't bother. We can move to another topic in which I'm answering often asked questions. Actually, I already answered one of the questions. Quite a few players ask me what I think about this machine, and that's about it. We still have to wait and see, because I only have this data from the website Model 3D, and that's not much. We have to wait for full review. Another question, or rather group of questions, are in regard of premium planes. Currently in a premium store we have SM91, which is tier 7 heavy fighter, and I already get good few questions about this machine, and the simple answer is it's not worth of buying it because it's tier 7, and in current state of the game with this broken matchmaking, you're gonna enjoy that plane for a couple of battles until you get like 7 battles in a row up against tier 8, where you have to deal with this tier 8 overpowered bombers or multiple other premium planes which are too powerful, even though SM91 is a very good plane. It's just simply not worth of buying it. To get it for free in a set of missions? Yeah, sure, absolutely, but buy this? No. I always recommend people to buy tier 8 premium instead of tier 7, and that's the best solution. So simple answer is I do not recommend that, spending any money for any tier 7 in this regard. Another fun question: where did I disappear? I play also World of Warships, which is very interesting game to me, and that's why I was making less and less video for World of Warplanes. I play there in very good clan, and clan battles are very exciting. It's something that we don't have in World of Warplanes basically. Another question I'm getting often, which actually repeats itself since years: am I a community contributor for the World of Warplanes? And then there's follow-up question often: why not? So basically I'm not, and for World of Warplanes, there's a reason for it, basically, and I was talking about it back in 2023 actually. I was making a video in which I was exposing community contributor for World of Warplanes, the guy who shot his own teammates, insulting everybody, hundreds of players, shaming, blaming in live streams which are sitting there now for 4 years, some of them very long, in YouTube video also, you can find it. Well, basically disgusting racist remarks, like complete toxic. So let's listen what I was saying back in the day about me being community contributor. World of Warplanes team will do as they like. I will never be a community contributor myself because I want to be independent. No matter if they like it or not, I want to say how it is. And so guys, nothing changed since back then. I still don't want to be community contributor, and World of Warplanes still prefer to have toxic community contributor, which insult everybody and discourage basically players from playing in this game.
Happy birthday!
I mean, if they want to be that pathetic, I shall let them carry on and be the children that they are. I actually think they're pretty stupid. You are pathetic, lame people. And, I mean, you're just pathetic and lame, making themselves look like fools. They must be incredibly stupid. You are an absolute idiot, as you know, and you're also mentally unwell. Suck at this game. You really do. You fly like an idiot. Just there's no accounting for stupidity. Typical CIS player won't pull out of a RAM. Fly around incessantly in those flights and unbalance the game. Okay, they can. It's the World of Warplanes team's fault. They're being weak-minded and pathetic for exploiting it, but it is there for them to exploit. But the rough attitude is that if it's in the game, anything goes. That's the Slavic attitude. And again, the Slavic attitude is that these people are cannon fodder and they need to learn in the school of hard knocks. And what we don't want is a pair of clowns like this coming along and letting them know that the game is very hard and in fact impossible, because you've got these idiots flying around in specialised aircraft that can shoot them down at will and they can't compete. I hope I'm not moaning too much. I think I've tried to moderate my remarks about the Ukrainian clowns.
And that's how we can sum up World of Warplanes development in 2025. It's not going anywhere, it's just circling around with the same problems. But the players still have hope. Hope dies as last. And there's one good change which can give us hope, and it's in regard of experimental equipment, which has been removed from the premium store. I don't know that you guys noticed or not, but they removed first the one which gave the most advantage, and now they remove everything. And there's a video in which I was saying long time ago that this is basically pay to win, and that shouldn't be in a premium store. That's absolutely nonsense. What for? To grind and doing events and missions where you can just go and buy this. So that's a good change. Although I have to say that they're not working too fast, because the video I'm talking about, the 10th anniversary of World of Warplanes video, as the name suggests, was 2 years ago. So that took them 2 years to remove the pay-to-win equipment from premium store. Well, I can say better now than never. And we can swiftly move now to my last topic of this video and most important topic in this video, and it's experimental equipment, special project equipment, difference between them, and so on. So here we go, this is all current equipment in a game put together, and this is work of my friend from North American server, Backup Lab. He's a lead player in an A server. Thank you very much for sharing this, because that's great work and it's allowed me to quickly look and compare all those equipments, which one's better, what's the difference are. I don't have to go to the website, I don't have to look for it, not to mention World of Warplanes website is actually not accurate, there are a few mistakes in parameters. We can check it out, the parameters in a hangar of course, but it's never gonna be as visible, as clear as on that spreadsheet, so that's very useful and thank you for that. Now let's look closely and let's start with the gyroscopic side. We have experimental and special project here, and then if you look on the main effect of this equipment, which is gun accuracy, it's the same. And the negative effect, which is pilot vulnerability, is actually slightly better for experimental equipment because it's only 15.5%, and special project has 16% more pilot vulnerability. So the difference starts show up when you improve your equipment and you have those extra bonuses. These bonuses are different for those equipments. Experimental has more critical damage and auto-aim, while special project equipment can have more range on your guns and more auto-aim. Now let's look closely on experimental lightwing and special project lightwing. What's the difference here? Again, main parameters are 15% more roll, 4.2% of turn time for experimental and special project. It's the same. Then slightly different is going to be negative effect, which is wings vulnerability, and you have 9.5% for experimental and 10% for special project. And again, you can have different bonus characteristic here, and that's the main difference, but it's not significant. Definitely for rate of turn it's not going to be a difference, yeah. However, there are some equipment, special project equipment, which have no equivalent in experimental equipments. So basically there's only standard equipment and special project equipment, like for example USSR special project engine armor protection. We don't have an experimental version of this equipment. In those cases, the special project equipment is much more valuable. Another example would be a German special project boost injection, or at high tier it will be high-speed gas turbine. So there is no experimental version of this equipment, and you have only standard gas turbine, and that's a huge difference in boost, acceleration and other bonus characteristics, so it's simply better. There are also special project equipment like Japanese light power unit, US reinforced bolt carrier or USSR long gun barrels, and these equipments are better than experimental version, visibly better. So it's also worth fighting for it. If there's any event where you can get them, it's really worth grind because this is unique equipment in a game, it's not easy to get it. I did see sometimes in a premium store some of the premium planes where they add those equipments, but it's not often, and it's very expensive because it's not going on its own, but it's going with some gold or some plane and stuff like this. Now the special project equipment you can only get during the special events, I don't know, twice a year or something like that. It's not very often. Other than that, I did bought some of my one in the premium store, and with some plane or stuff like this you can get, but that's also very rare. It's not often, but it's happened from time to time. But it's very expensive also. And just remember that you're buying that as a bonus, and you can buy it only once, because those offers usually are for gold, and the plane and special project equipment is going as a bonus. They're not saying that in a premium store. But if you look it up into the game client offer, there is a small note that everything what's going as a bonus to this offer is not going to be compensated. Experimental equipment, however, is more accessible. There are more events where you can get some crates as a prize, and in those crates you can get one of these equipments. But of course, if you need some specific one, it's not so easy to get it, because they don't sell that anymore in the premium store. They sell the crates, and you would have to buy like who knows, hundreds of crates to get the one equipment which you're looking for, yeah? So it's pretty complicated. If you want to see what's in those crates, what you can get from those crates, there's a list. The link for it is actually in the description of the crates in the premium store. It's just very simple. Just click and you go there and you can check it out. Okay guys, I think that's it in this video. I hope I said everything I wanted to say, and I hope you like it, found it useful, and if so, please leave a like and subscribe for future content. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Take care!